What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. We are back on some MX bikes and we've got a very special track today. So this is Sipu 2016 and it's created by Vakeli, and he actually, he's not a new track creator by any means. I've been informed that he has been around in the Reflex game for a very long time, bit of an OG, so it's no surprise that his first release on MX bikes is an absolute masterpiece. So what we have here, we have the main track to my right over here, which is absolutely beautiful, and then a small kind of rollerish / practice track over to the left that's very small. I'm not going to bother with that one today. We're purely going to deal with this one over to our right. And so Hurren popped into my stream the other day as we was playing this track and informed me that Vakeli comes from Reflex, and then so straight off the bat I was like, okay, so it makes sense why the track itself is so good, first of all, and then secondly, I feel like the ruts are very Reflex custom track-esque, if anybody's played many custom Reflex tracks, and then it just all kind of like clicked and made a lot more sense in my head. So this track is a replica of a real track from Finland, and for a first track release, although it's kind of not fully a first track release, I really like it. Let me turn my shaders off this one because the skybox is a little bit bright. And I will say it's absolutely perfect for 125s. It's such a good 125 track. First time I played this was on a 450 and it was a little bit overkill. A lot of the jumps quite small. This jump here is the biggest one on the track. Let's get up and over it. A little bit of a stretch. All the other ones are pretty much perfect size. I'm sure you can tell, by the way, my voice basically non-existent right now. I'm recording this the morning after my 10-hour live stream, which, my god, it was very successful. Thank you to everyone that supported that, but I'm absolutely finished. I slept for about 10 hours. I'm now sitting here trying to record a video and regretting life. However, once this video is over, I'll have a nice maybe 7 to 10k break from bikes, so it's all good. This is the last video that I need to record before going away for a while, and it's really successful. So again, everyone that stopped by that stream, thank you very much. You made it a great success, and I appreciate every single one of you. We had a really good time. We've done lots of public lobbies, so I'm hoping everybody that opted into the stream was able to get in and do a race or two. We did do this track, which at first I was kind of avoiding doing it because I wanted my first impressions to be in a video, but there was such an overwhelming amount of people that wanted to give it a go because it is just that good, and I can't blame them. I even sat just after the stream. I sat on Discord and Rum was streaming hot laps on it, and it's very impressive. I imagine that some of the lap times that are going to come out of this are going to be insane. One thing, I'll see if I'll find an example next time I get to the finish line. One thing that I'm not sure if it was intentional or if it was a mistake or what it might be, but it's probably the most genius way I've ever seen on this game to stop people from cutting the track. As you can see around this place, oh, actually, he's done it right there. Let me show you. You can see there's lots of, there's no bales at all. There's nothing really stopping you from cheating and low-lining. So what he's done is put all these tiny little bumps here that are really sharp, really jagged, and if you do clip them, you will crash. And I accidentally fell victim to one or two of them myself, just from getting a bit wild, not from intentionally trying to low-line anything. But it's so good, and I hope that it's a technique that more track creators try and use in the future, because I feel like as this game's getting more and more popular, people are getting faster and everyone's just searching for those little temps here and there, the scumbaggy cheatingness is getting more and more prevalent. So I'll show you where I messed up. I was running around here, blew over the berm, and then I clipped this one, and it absolutely yeeted me off to the side. You see all the way along here, there's just little hidden ones off into all of the 3D grass, and I just think it's really good. Such an ingenious way of preventing English. Come on, Linz, wake up. Preventing people from cheating. So again, massive shout out to him, and I'm not sure if that's something that's kind of carried over from the Reflex days or if it's just something new that he's tested out. Unfortunately, I've never played a track by him on Reflex. Most of my Reflex custom tracks ended up coming from Red Rider. For one reason or another, I usually just filtered by like most downloaded, and he was always at the top of the list. But I might have to give Reflex custom tracks a good old revisit, since this man's now been put onto my radar. Having a read through all of the comments on MXB mods, I saw some people say that it should have been a paid track. The quality's that good. I've seen everyone saying they absolutely love it. The only negative comment I could see was saying that the download link wouldn't work, which I actually myself I've been having trouble with Mediafire links the last week or so. But then he re-uploaded it to Mega, so everything's all good. I've not seen one long-standing negative thing about this track whatsoever. It's obviously I've never seen the track in real life. I can't speak on the scaling and such. But yeah, 125 is kind of where you want to be. You can get away with riding a 250 if you want, but 450 there is absolutely no need. It's definitely overkill, unless maybe you're going for hot laps. But then I find some of the corners definitely get a little bit more on the difficult side if you're going for hot laps on this. You know, the 450s can tend to be a little bit on the tanky side, not always the easiest to get around the track. But you'll find in almost every single corner there are two very, very viable lines. The racing that was done on this was incredible. We had about 30 or so people. I think the server was set to 35, and that many people raced on this track. You'd think it would be a little bit wild, a little bit overkill where it's so tight, but it just made for really good racing. Like, people were all nice and respectful, people were switching lines back and forth over each other, and the only dramas we had really was off the start, because the start corner itself is actually quite a tight one. But other than that, absolutely amazing, and I'm really hoping that some of the let's call them off-brand series, the series that aren't the main ARL and such, I hope we can get some fun races going on. Even a 125 race, they work so good. I think you could even get away with riding the bloody CR125 around here, like the scaling's made for it. You see, she's standing up around the corners, kind of soaking up all the bumps. This jump here is the one that's given me the most grief. Every time I forget just how small it is, and I go in there absolutely barking and forgetting to check up. And then this bad boy, right, let me get on the gas. Stretch her out, dab the brake, pitch her in, lovely stuff. So when you get it right, when you get a nice smooth lap going around here, it's absolutely beautiful. And just to put into context how washed I am right now, so I've got a 1 minute 28 lap time at the top left there. I've seen Rum do a 120 flat, so a little bit faster than me. And I think he said he can probably get in like the 118s or something like that. But I very much look forward to some hot laps to see what ingenious lines people are going to try taking, and just to see people kind of flowing and putting a lap together, because it's such a satisfying track, but really good. Oh, please don't go off the track. Bandit, thank you. Let me see if I can get a somewhat decent lap time here without wadding myself. I'm sure it will last 1 or 2 corners, going over the first rut already. Double through here, slam it down into first gear, and we're dead. Ignore what I just said. We're not going to be doing that whatsoever. Now, obviously, I'm saying this all after the fact. Well, at the time we recording it's before time, because the video's already made. But you'll find that over the last week or so, I've had a couple of days where I've branched out and played something a little bit different. I'm kind of hoping that they go well. Obviously, I'm probably going to jinx myself here, and they'll do absolutely terribly. But it's been very nice just playing something a little bit different than bikes for a change. Now, I always like to keep a bikes video uploaded for the same day, so on the days where something is a little bit different, there might be a double upload, and just testing the waters a little bit, seeing what's what. And now, literally, I think it might have been like 10 hours ago actually from the point I'm uploading this video, or at least the point I have this video planned out in my head. I uploaded a Trackmania video, which it took me about 2.5 hours in total to record and edit it down, and it still came out at about 45 minutes. But I actually really enjoy Trackmania. I've watched a lot of Trackmania videos, but I've never dabbled in it myself. So it's only recently that I've started playing the game a little bit, and obviously at the point of recording that video I only had 5 hours. So, well, I have a lot to learn, let's put it that way. There's people with thousands and thousands of hours that still don't convincingly win everything. Like, it's such a competitive community there. I mean, it is all about going as fast as possible. The consistency side of it's a little bit different, but it's such an enjoyable game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I would love to play some more of that. And then the Scooter Flow game, I think that's one of them games that I play like a little bit more casually. Like, I just enjoy hopping on now and then. There's something very satisfying about hitting a line. You know, I think I kind of put it in the same regards as the free ride stuff on MX bikes. Like, if you can get a nice line going with a couple of jumps back to back and you start flowing, it feels super nice. And then if you do the same on a scooter, but you just throw a few tricks in the mix as well. So it's nice getting to play some things a little bit different. And I was saying on stream, so where I used to play a decent amount of CS, oh come on, get going, bloody Proposo. Where I used to play a decent amount of CS, I spent a fair amount of money on skins, and since I stopped playing it, I sold all those skins and had all that balance in just Steam Wallet funds, so it's just been sat there for quite a while now. So if I do see a game or maybe like a DLC that I like the look of, maybe usually I'd second guess it and be like, do I really need that? However, now, because the money's just there in my Steam Wallet, I don't treat it as real money. I'm just like, oh yeah, there you go, buy that. So yeah, that's why I bought that Scooter Flow game out of the blue. I think it was about £12. I can't say what the conversion rate is these days. It's probably like $15, $14, $15, something like that. Like something, it's not crazy the difference anymore. But if you are a scooter kid, definitely recommend going and getting that. I myself I'm not particularly invested in scooters at all. I have no idea what caught my eye to it so much, other than watching a video by the Old Potato. So really good, really enjoyable. And then of course Trackmania, I can kill hours on Trackmania. It's such an addictive game, especially when you're just trying to better yourself over and over again. Like, I done what is called essentially a map discovery, where you're playing a bunch of tracks for the first time, trying to get like a certain medal. Now, a lot of the good guys, they will go for the very, very top medal, which is called the Alpha medal. I myself, I know that I'm not quite to that caliber just yet, although I did get one in that video, a little spoiler if you haven't watched it yet. But the rest were gold, except for one bloody ice map. I hate ice in Trackmania. I don't know what it is. I much prefer full speed stuff. It's much more enjoyable to me. But I need to work on my ice. I've asked Mr. Rubes if he can teach me how to do ice, as he is a bit of a Trackmania nerd, so he's the guy to go for help. But all in all, I've been really enjoying the content creation side of things the last week or so. Although I have been grinding, literally, to get ahead and to have double uploads on some of the days whilst I'm away. I've been having to make like 3 or 4 videos a day some days, just to get ahead on things. It's bloody difficult. It's not like, obviously, when I had my normal 9-to-5 job, it's not quite like that anymore. I don't get paid for having days off, like annual leave and stuff. I kind of have to do something every single day now. But it's absolutely fine. I mean, you guys are always very, very supportive. So I can't thank you guys enough. And the little community that we've built here is absolutely amazing. Now, I had set the target for 42,000 subs by the end of the year. At the time of me recording this, which is the 11th, we seem to be well on track for that. So if you've reached it by now, thank you very much. I'm probably going to do like a little community post if we have done before now, but just in case, thank you very much. If we're not quite there yet, please do go ahead and press that sub button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And why not end the year on a nice meme number like 420? Why not, for any other reason than just the memes? So go ahead, press the button. You can unsubscribe at any time if you're not enjoying what you're seeing. But I do try and post every day. I've been branching out a little bit here and there with different content. I'm trying to keep all things kind of vehicle related, whether it's bikes or cars. I can't see myself going and uploading like shooter games and stuff on this channel. It's just not a bit of me. Not to mention that I'm absolutely trash at them. I mean, I grind away COD like you wouldn't believe, but I'm still no good in comparison to most people. Still on that gun grind, you know. I'm almost done with all the platinums now, so we're getting there. We'll have a Ryan at some point in the future. But I'm just, yeah, can't thank you all enough. For Kelly, you have made an incredible track here, and I'm so excited to see what you come up with next. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see you on the MX Workshop in the near future. Like, the quality of this track for a first one is insane. I can only imagine that they're going to get better and better. I'm hoping that you're not just one and done. I'm hoping you're going to stick around for us a little bit. It seems like we've got quite a few Reflex guys now making the transition over. We had Red Rider, we've got Hurren, and we've now got Kelly as well. There's probably a few more that I'm probably unaware of that made Reflex tracks beforehand, so if I've missed you out, I do apologise. But it's just so nice. We're so spoiled in this community, I think, in terms of tracks that come out. And it really does confuse my brain when I log onto Discord some days and see some people saying MX Works is far too expensive, blah blah blah, yet they'll quite happily go and buy games like Legends or Supercross. I've crashed in that corner about 3 laps in a row because my rut is going all the way over it. Yeah, they'll go and buy the AAA games that I just think are absolute garbage in comparison. You don't get quality like this, especially like this is a free track. That's the mind-blowing thing. Maybe if you did get something that looked good on those games, you still got to pay for DLC anyway. So it's just ridiculous. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope that my awful morning voice isn't too bad. Please cut me a little bit of slack. I slept like a log after that stream. I think my eyes were finished after 10 hours straight of MX Bikes. But thank you everyone for the support recently. It's been really, really great. Give yourselves all a little pat on the back. I'm going to love you and leave you now. I'm going to be gone. Well, I'll be back at this point actually. I think this is the day I return. But I would have been gone since the night of the 11th. So hope you've all been enjoying the videos I've been putting out. Hope Christmas hasn't happened yet. I hope that the Christmas season has been treating you all very, very lovely. And I'll catch you boys in the next video. Peace.